Hello, lovely people, and welcome to the February layout. So, since February is all about love, I wanted to focus on God's love for this month. So, I ended up going to my Bible and I found this amazing verse, 1 John 4:7-9, which states, "Dear friends, let us love one another because love is from God, and everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. The one who does not love does not know God, because God is love. God's love was revealed among us in this way. God sent his one and only Son into the world so that we might live through him." I thought this verse was very special because this is how God showed his love to us by sending his one and only Son. So I wanted to emphasize the words love, God, and Son of this verse, so you did see that I did highlight those words. And then I wanted to do something for the background because I didn't want it to look so plain, so I ended up doing a plaid pattern in blue. Then as for the month cover page, which would be next to this amazing verse, I ended up just still doing bows because I'm obsessed with bows right now, and ended up doing a little bit something different of adding like a mirror frame, which I thought it was really nice. And then in the background I also did a plaid pattern, obviously a little bit different. I ended up choosing 2 different colors. As for the other one, I only did one color, which was simply blue, and here I did 2 different kinds of purples. One of them does look a little bit lighter than the other, so it did give a bit of more dimension and character to the page. So for my mood tracking page, I ended up naming it Mooding. I don't know, I just felt a little bit funny. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so I still wanted to incorporate the bows that I had from my other layout. So some bows may look familiar, and the other thing I added was the mirror frames with bows and some bubbles around. So the reason why I ended up doing bubbles as well is because I couldn't fit 20 bows or frames on this page, so I just added some bubbles to fill in all of the days. And then for my key, I ended up using the 4 pastel colors I'm going to be using throughout the whole month. Pink being happy, yellow being meh, blue being sad, and purple being angry. So for my goals, they stayed the same, and I did really like how I did the layout for my goals for last month, so I ended up keeping everything the same, how I was writing it, how I was decorating it. The only difference now is that it's a little bit more colorful, and I ended up adding the bows and the bows frames, and I ended up just coloring everything according to the color. I did notice that I will accidentally fill in the tracker calendar on the wrong thing. It was weird. And here I forgot to write H2O, but somewhere in the video I ended up writing H2O because I saw that it was empty. So for the calendar, I did see a very blank space that would be very useful to put a verse about love. So I still stayed in the same 1 John 4, but this time it will be verse 19, which states, "We love because he loved us first." And he as in being God, obviously. So I ended up again doing something similar to January, but this time I actually didn't write Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, simply because I forgot to make space for it. I was just really in the motions of the frames that I kind of forgot. I could have written February a little bit smaller, but I didn't. But either way, I do know that I always start my calendars. I always start my calendars from Sunday to Saturday, so it would be no issue from knowing which day is which. And then for the other page will be the 2026 and the rest of Friday and Saturday from the calendar. I really liked this page because I was able to do a highlight section and a note section the highlight section serves as in something that impacted me, or an event that was super wonderful, or news that I want to remember for the rest of my life. I'll just put the date and the news or whatever happened. And then for the note section, I'm mainly just using it for like dates or something that I need to remember and it doesn't fit in the calendar itself. And then I ended up also doing the plaid pattern throughout both layouts, and since I didn't really use blue in either of the frames or inside the frames, that's why I decided to do the blue plaid for the whole page. So lastly, it'll be my weekly spread. I know it's way different from what I did in 2025, and it's a bit different from what I did in January. Now what I did was that my first column is actually the day of the week, my second column is the tasks, and the third column ends up being the events. I want to see how this feels, and if I end up liking it, I'll probably keep it the same. If not, then I'll try something different. I did like the separation of tasks and events. I thought it was really nice. It really helped me a lot to see what I had to do and separate them from the events, and I have to do goals for myself. Like it was really nice. I just really like the layout. For the other page, I did this frame, and this is where I'm going to be putting the verses of the week, and I just put a plaid pattern all over it because the bottom of it, I just use it as a scrapbook. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe. See you soon.